up? I'm Anthony J.R. I'm here representing the Palmwine Experience, and I have my guy, DJ YB. What's going on, man?
Vibes.
Yo, how you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed,
man. This is you came to Seattle a couple times, man.
Yes. So the first time I came, it's been back to back.
What's attracting you to Seattle so much now, man?
You know, the general is here, so the vibe has been pretty real.
Yeah.
I mean, the connection is just pretty dope, I guess. So, I mean, the first time I came, I guess the vibe we put out was really nice. So, yeah, it's like a comeback.
Yeah, it's a comeback. It's like so much. I was just talking earlier, and I was saying that Seattle has been embracing Afrobeat so much as of recent. I think it's been one of those things where, shout out to Palmwine. They've been just creating those opportunities for the people that know about, Afro, because, you being from New York, you know that you hear Afrobeat all the time. But over in Seattle, we don't hear it as often. But unless you're around the right people, you can be in those be in those places that command that.
When I came in the first time, I saw what was happening. I mean, it was pretty cool, but I still knew it could pick up. Even now, I know it could still pick up. It's gonna keep picking up, right? I mean, it's like that in different places I've been to. I remember being to LA a few years ago. I think 2 years ago. It was pretty slow, you know. Now, if you go to LA, the Afrobeat events you see, it's crazy. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to have a good time. So it's picking up, and I think it's gonna really be crazy because I think Seattle has the facility to really make it a whole, like a vibe. Just the scenes, the spaces are really nice, really dope spaces around. So it'd be something.
What would you say about Afrobeat going on in New York City?
It's massive. I came to New York 2008.
Okay.
And between that time, 2009, 10, it was already picking up. Right? The people were already in the market and everything. I started DJing 2012, 13. And it was already picking up. Then we started doing stuff in the city, being in Manhattan, doing a lot of good stuff. And since then, it's been picked up. It's crazy because it's New York. It's like stuff going on constantly.
Every single day.
And every single day. So it's and it has something African. It's always happening. You have spots where you can just go chill for just African people. So New York is just, I'll say, it's the base. In the diaspora, New York is like the base, right? And every other state that follows is just following up. But I could tell New York was one of the states that actually picked up first. Before everybody else. It's before we, taking it to every state.
So tell me a little bit about your background. I know when we were talking yesterday, you were saying
I like that.
half African, half Nigerian.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this, man.
I can't really tell people I'm African because obviously they'll be like, oh, where in Africa, right? So what I do is that I represent the continent itself. Because I think if it wasn't because of colonialism, we would have been one. Would have been seen as one. Africa would have been Africa. There would be no Nigeria, there would be no Ghana. I mean, I can't really say because nobody can tell. We can't say we don't know. So for me, I enjoy traveling to other parts of Africa. I enjoy being there. I feel like whenever I'm there, I feel like these are my people. So what makes me different? Why am I seen as this, Nigerian and this one Kenyan or whatever? So I feel like we're one. Different characteristics based on our region and where we live and everything, demographics. But I still feel like culturally, morally, we are just one in some sense. So for me, yes, I'm half Nigerian because that's where I was born. Right? But exactly same time, I'm half African. So that's another part of me that's also representing the continent as a whole. That's how I see myself. But
is that usually how you prefer to introduce yourself?
I like to do that. I prefer to introduce myself that way because I also represent not just Nigeria, but the continent itself. So I'm half that,
That's what I like to hear. So picking back away from Afrobeat just for a little bit, so you've been DJing for Runtown.
Yes.
For how long?
I started DJing for him since 2017.
2017.
We didn't do a lot of tours then. The first show I did for him was when we booked him to come to New York. So we did a show, sold out show. So since then I've been playing maybe a few places, not really all the time. 2018, few places. I was opportunity to go to East Africa, a couple of countries out there. The 2018 to 19 now has been really picking up, where we've been traveling different countries and also getting connects, and like we did like the Europe tour, or we did like 5 countries in Europe, and that was one of the one we did recently this year. So far we've just been working and just trying to create. So 2019 is going to be a really big tour year for us. So yeah.
So what would you say? I mentioned earlier also that it wasn't until a couple years ago that you had artists and then you had DJs and producers that played the background of these artists and stuff. But nowadays you kind of see that DJs and producers are being put to the forefront. You know, big examples like Virgil, how he's able to like DJ and still be himself, but not be necessarily attached to an artist per se. But the DJs like yourself that DJ constantly for these big time artists, you still have your own brand. You still have your own representation that's not attached to that.
It's an honor for them. It's an honor for us to play for them. It's an honor for them. We are the pioneers. You make the music. What happens after that? Right. So we are the distributors of that. With what you create. It's easy to create whatever you want to create, but how is it being distributed, right? For example, you can make music. Why is Apple one of the biggest, brands, or Spotify or whatever? Because they take what you have and they're able to connect it to everybody else. That's how we see them that way, right? That's how a DJ works. We go to clubs, we go to spaces, we play your tracks. People come up to us, oh, what song is that? And we tell them, they put them, put them on, and they put the next person on. Then before you know, your song is like, and that's happened a couple of times with me too, especially. So I think that it's really great that the recognition is actually coming out or is there or whatever. But I want everybody to know that we're doing them a favor. That's what it is. It's not. I don't want to see it because artists like yes, they're the forefront, they're the biggest or whatever, or the light, but the DJ is the most important in this industry. Without them to be able to put your music out or play it in the club in a way that people are going to dance and want to come back and listen to that again, then it's really nothing. So I see DJ as one of the main vibes.
Do you make it a priority even when you're not DJing for the artists at the evening, to when you have your sets to play their music just constantly to be able to put them on before coming to a show?
My thing is to also be able to play songs that people don't really know. Now, the way I play, I think my style, why I'm being called the general of Afrobeat, or why I take that title seriously, is because I feel I'm the custodian of this vibe. There's this wave that I think we have to control, right? So how do I control that wave? So basically, there are songs people like. Generally, like the songs you play in the club right now, it doesn't matter if the person was sitting down, it doesn't matter if you mix it well or not, they're standing up and they're dancing. And there's songs that some people don't know, but it's good. So what I do as the general, as a custodian, I want to introduce you guys to that one that you don't know, so you can like it, right? So what I do is I try to merge these songs without you even knowing. I try to merge the song between sets, between songs. And I'll play the one that you don't know, then mix it with the one that you know. Before you even realize it, you're dancing to a song that you don't even have no idea. But before you know, you bump into it and you're asking me what the song is. So I try to mix those things together. I can bet you many times I've played, people don't even know what songs it is. But I try to mix it with the ones that they know, like the Whiskeys, the Burner. And I'll mix it with the Means, the Joe Boys, the guys, Wonder Bante, the guys people don't usually know, but you can rock to the song because it's still equally as good as the mainstream one that you actually finding out about now.
So you mentioned the general. Sometimes people may coin that also with attaching that to Fela. So what impact has he had to you as far as you being in this whole plethora of
just accepting my Africanness, being able to accept that and be proud of it, and just using that as your own tool to like pass whatever message you want to pass on. Again, I say this, I'm not trying to be Fela. Nobody can be another man. I can never be Anthony. Never. In a million years to come, no matter how I try to be. I can only pass the message that you're passing on and try to emulate the same message if I believe in that message that you're passing on. It's as simple as that. I believe in this message heavily. There's some things, discrepancies and things he does that, like we can't do now. Like everybody's gonna be like, but there's still important messages that he passed that we have to carry on. It's like this, he gave birth to this thing, and we have to take that, honor it, and like pass it on to the next generation and keep passing it on. That's why it's very important, like we do stuff for tomorrow, not just for today. Like we gotta keep doing stuff so somebody else will pick it up and keep doing it. So I am very inclined with this message. It's just accepting Africanness, fighting for what is right, believing what is right, just doing good things for your own people and knowing that we Africans deserve better. One of the issues that in Africa I feel like a lot of people don't know is they don't even know what they deserve. Imagine you making 10,000 naira, 30,000 naira in a month. That's how much, $100 in a month. Tell me, who can survive $100 a month in America? Nobody. It's very difficult, but people are living that life. And there's some people who actually think that is an affordable life. These people who are in government positions, right? These are the people he talks about, talks against, right? These are the same people who are still in power till now. He's talking about this thing since 1970, 1980, 1990. And that thing is still coming to pass, 2018 and 19. So if that kind of thing has happened, then you know this guy is seeing something that we're not seeing. So we got to take his message and keep pushing it across, and make sure like we do stuff and bring this thing to light, and just make sure like let our people know they deserve better. They really do. I'm telling you, the conditions in Africa is horrible. I'm not saying there's no really dope things going on there, really massive, beautiful things. Like, and I think that's where he made the statement saying music is the revolution. All right. So music is for revolution, and that's what and if you think about it now, in Africa, our biggest export is what? It's music. Right? One of the things that we're recognized for right now internationally is our music right now. You know, so I think that's what we're gonna use, that method, that thing to bridge into the whole system internationally. And from that, you know, then the likes of you, the likes of me, who actually have been exposed to this thing to know how much we deserve, how much our people deserve, that we can take this back.
And I like that you mentioned that because Fela, he has a song called Buy Africa. He has a song, and the message behind that is just now what people are starting to understand, that instead of investing so much into US, put your money back in
You
Africa.
can also, I'm not even against that. You can also invest, like what I think the issue was too, and that I think my thing is, sometimes you cannot fight this corrupt thing from there. You have to fight from outside in. So like, you can also invest in companies here, but also put in mind that whatever you do here, you can also be able to maybe employ a couple of guys from that, or use like temp guys, whatever it is. You can just use guys who are probably related to whatever, then just take that back, but establish something with whatever you want to do, just do it. But I still believe that fighting outside in is also great as well, because I'm telling you, Nigeria now, if you want to fight from inside, you see that you're going to become a threat. I mean, you know the vibes. You know what happens. You know what happens after that, right? You become a threat to a couple of guys, and, you know, that becomes a really big issue.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, man, taking the time out, man. Respect. Thank you, bro. Absolutely, bro.
Hold that.